Shit, Hong Kong's even faster. But just by a tiny bit. See how that goes. Shit. Let's see. Why are these showing up as offline? This is not offline. Okay, now it's better. So I just changed my server. I changed my restream server. I'm really hoping this helps. I hope this is the right place for this. I'm using restream. There's multiple platforms. I have blah, 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 blah. However, on your server broadcast, having stream problems. Definitely different ingest server. Oh, this is no what I want. Restream IO. Anyone ever tried it? 8 years ago. No. No, 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 no. Usually I stream around. Wait, is this person using Restream? Please say you're using Restream. Oh, nope, this person's not using it. Yeah, I hope so too. Because if not, then I'm just gonna have to use only stream to Twitch, and I really hope if any one of the Twitch gods out there, the button pushers, the people with power, Dan Clancy, DJ whoever it is, I really hope that the engineers at Twitch are working on better discoverability just overall on the platform. There's so much potential that the platform has, and it's just been squandering it, and it's being just destroyed by other platforms. The discoverability on Twitch is just, it's not even almost good enough. It's like it's an entire galaxy away from being good enough in this day and age where the competitors are just going to town when it comes to discoverability. That's why I really don't want to only stream on Twitch. There has to be something else. Has to be something else. I had a little hiccup, but he didn't go offline. Okay, that's good. I mean, hiccups can be regular, right? Even if that can just happen anytime. And then there was another time where I'm trying to use it, and there are problems. See, I just had another issue there. I just got a disconnect there. Yeah, I'm down again. Yep. Nope. Restream is just not, it's not having it today. I'm back. Yeah, this is bad. 6 years ago. And I'm back. Yeah. I mean, at least that drop didn't happen for that long. Like that one, I went out and I came back faster. So maybe the server change has helped. But still, that... Internal speed test to check your upload. We recommend at least 10 megabits per second, and ideally over... Huh? Oh, ideally. Find the server with the highest upload speed and use it in your encoder settings. You can copy the server's... Can I? I can't. This won't let me copy anything. But I mean, I selected it from the drop down. Set your video bitrate to no more than half of your upload speed. For example, if your upload speed is 10, don't set your bitrate over 5. Maybe that will help. Maybe I should do that. If your speeds are too low, reboot your modem router and try an Ethernet cable. Okay, I'm already using Ethernet. If Ethernet is not possible, move closer to the router. Maybe that's worth trying. Maybe lowering my bitrate. So what did it say? We recommend at least 10 megabits per second. And ideally over 20... Oh, wait. Set your video bitrate to no more than half of your upload speed. Okay, let's try. Let's try. Maybe this is good that this is happening, because it's actually forcing me to look at this stuff. So my up was like 9, or let's say it's 10. And set it to 4,000. Apply. Okay, so maybe this will help. Let me not. I don't want to eat on stream. Maybe this will fix it. I recommend at least 10. My device is not overloaded. Guess I can take a look at how my quality is looking now, because this is going to make my quality drop, but what am I looking for? I'm looking for... Oh, my stream. That's what I'm looking for. Just see how it looks. How it looks. Quality is definitely lower, but quality is definitely lower, but me just close that so I don't get my infinite loop. Let me just close that so I don't get my infinite loop. Just close that so I don't get my infinite loop. I think I need to like understand I need to like bit rate a bit more. I need to understand I need to like just a little bit. Is this not connected? Refresh maybe? Is my internet just being weird? Okay, that's working. That's working. That's working. How's the quality on this? How's the quality on this? Damn, I'm getting super hardcore gated by internet connection. Super hardcore gated by internet connection. Sucks a lot. Sucks a lot. By internet connection. Sucks a lot. Sucks a lot. By internet connection. Sucks a lot. Sucks a lot.
What is bitrate? If you're what?
Okay, let me. Okay. All right, no drop so far. Let me unplug this. And then plug it into here so I can watch the video. Yay. Yay. Okay.
What is bitrate? If you're a live stream,
You are talking too slow. Let me upgrade your talking speed. 1.5. Yes. Only 1.5. That's the world we live in.
or you use OBS or a program like it to record video, you need to understand how to adjust bitrate for streaming or recording so that you can control the quality and also the performance of your live stream or your recorded file. It's not the easiest thing to explain, but I'm going to try to do it in the least technical way possible so that it's just easy to understand, and then you can walk away from this video knowing how to set the perfect bitrate.
Amazing.
So
Good
there's
job.
a metaphor that I like to use that I think explains bitrate. Picture a sink in your home. Now the final output of the water coming out of your sink is basically two factors. The first one is the width of the pipe that's servicing the faucet. And then the second thing is how open or close you adjust the knob to allow water to...
Wait, I wasn't listening. Try again.
Oh. Now, the final output of the water coming out of your sink is basically two factors. The first one is the width of the pipe that's servicing the faucet. And then the second thing is how open or close you adjust the knob to allow water to flow through. We can think of a data stream coming out of your streaming software out to the live platform, or the amount of data going into your recording file when you record in the same way. So let's start with the metaphor of the width of the pipe that's serving the faucet. So you have your scene, and within your scene, you have all these sources, webcam and game capture and all kinds of stuff making your layout and what people see. You also have your microphone and audio sources, and those also contribute to the total data load in order to present your scene. You may have a really high quality microphone and be using stereo. You may have a 4K game or video capture, really high quality webcam, and you may have set the properties of some of those sources to capture a lot of information. So in simple terms, let's consider that the most amount of data that you've placed into a scene and could go out into a live stream or a file. That's the width of your pipe. Now we'll move over to the second component of the metaphor, which is the handle that you adjust to open or close the amount of water that comes out of that faucet. Ultimately, that's the final output that your audience gets when they're watching your stream or they're watching your video file. If you open it a little bit, then only some of the total data will make its way out to the viewer. If you open it all the way, then all of that data tries to get out. Now that could be actually pretty harmful if you try to open the faucet all the way out. I'll explain that a little bit later and how to avoid that. I'm also going to show you OBS in just a second on where to set your bitrate and other things that you need to also set and consider. But the basic point here is that the bitrate that you set is basically how much you decide to open or close that to determine the performance and quality of what finally gets to your audience or in your recording file. Hopefully that makes it not sound too crazy, and if you're like some sort of video expert and I've messed up some part of the explanation, please mention it in the comments. But hopefully my explanation just kind of makes it practical. So how do you go in OBS Studio, set your bitrate, and ensure that other settings are really optimized for performance and quality? So first, we'll open up settings, and once we're here, there's a couple tabs that we need to pay attention to. The main one is the output tab, and in there you're gonna see a field for video bitrate, but I actually want you to first go to output mode at the top and change that to advanced. There's a lot of reasons for that may become obvious as we go through this. Now we have a streaming tab and a separate recording tab because you may want those settings to be different. So if we go through streaming first, one of the things that you want to check is your encoder. That is basically whether or not you're using software through your CPU or hardware if you have a dedicated graphics card. And if you do have a dedicated card, you want to set it to that, so that your CPU is not trying to run your whole computer and process your graphics. That's what a graphics card is for. So click that dropdown, and if you see something with like an H, then that's suggesting it's hardware, and you'll probably see the name of the brand of your graphics card. Mine is an NVIDIA, so I want to select that. Now you're going to see a whole bunch of additional settings because your graphics card is
I didn't know that
of,
the H there stood for hardware.
more
the
things.
more you know.
So here's your bitrate field, and that's where you're going to enter your bitrate for live streaming because we're in the streaming tab. Now remember when we talked about how much you want to open or close? That's bitrate. And there's actually one factor that I did not mention in the sort of faucet metaphor that's actually super important, and that is your internet service provider and how much upload is available to you. How do we check that? Really easy. Let's go open a browser. It can be Firefox or Chrome or Edge or whatever you use. And we're going to type in speedtest.net. Now, before you hit go, you probably want to close as many applications that are consuming internet bandwidth as possible. So close any other tabs and browsers that you've got going on. Hopefully you don't do this while you're live streaming. And that way you have as little data consumption happening.
That's the mistake I made earlier.
So really easy. You're just going to click go and you're going to let this thing run. And it's going to check three things. First, it's going to check your ping, which is just how quickly a piece of data goes out and comes back to you. Then it's going to check your download rate of what is the maximum speed you can download something, get something from the internet to you. And then it's going to check your upload rate, which is how quickly you can send data from you out to the internet. Now this is going to be expressed in megs. Basically that's 1,000 bits. So 6 megs would be a 6,000 bit rate.
Wait, what
now,
is his connection?
Fiber internet connection here at home, so my download and upload rates are pretty awesome. Everybody's gonna have something different because we all have different service providers and different packages or plans. Basically what you're doing by checking this is to figure out where your ceiling is.
Wait, what?
My download and upload rates are pretty.
This is 7 down and 7 up. Is that... Am I crazy? This is 7 megabytes down and 7 megabytes up, right? Is that good? And he said he's got fiber? My shit is... There's no way. I must be reading this wrong. Wait, let me do that right now, even though I'm streaming and it's gonna be not accurate. Yes, I'm a human. Okay, let's see how bad my shit is. It's the same, right? Yeah, it's the same. Oof, it's gonna be chugging away because of the stream. Damn, it won't even start. Can't even connect. Okay, let's let that do that in the background.
Awesome. Everybody's gonna have something different because we all have different service providers and different packages or plans. Basically what you're doing by checking this is to figure out where your ceiling is for live streaming, which is your upload. So whatever upload number is here is basically the maximum amount of data you can try to push out without running into performance issues like buffering, lag, and stuff like that.
Oh.
Now you need to know that ceiling because if you try to set your bitrate higher than your ceiling, you're going to have issues. You're gonna lag, your stream's gonna buffer, it's not gonna be great. So you need to set your bitrate below that ceiling. And I recommend that you actually leave a gap. So let's say for argument's sake that your upload rate is 6
Pause. Mbps. What? Okay, wait. Wait.
I recommend that you actually leave a gap. Not going to be great. So you need to set your ceiling. You're going to have a gap. Now you need to know that ceiling and try for live streaming, which is your upload. So whatever upload number is here is basically the.
Let me sponsor this again.
The maximum amount of data you can try to push out without running into performance issues like buffering, lag, and stuff like that. Now you need to know that ceiling because if you try to set your bitrate higher than your ceiling, you're going to have issues. You're gonna lag, your stream's gonna buffer, it's not gonna be great. So you need to set your bitrate below that ceiling. And I recommend that you actually leave a gap. So let's say for argument's sake that your upload rate is 6 megs. Well, you don't wanna set your bitrate to 6,000 because you're touching that ceiling and the data output you're gonna have when you're live streaming
Okay, let's try that then. That's the one I just did now. Wait, no, this is the one I did now. What? So confused.
stream is actually going to fluctuate a little bit. So when it fluctuates above 6, it's going to suck. So you want to leave a gap. I would say if your speed test is telling you you have 6 megs of upload, then you probably want to set your bitrate to like 4, at max 5,000, because now you have a 1 to 2,000 ceiling gap to account for any fluctuations in data and prevent yourself from having occasional lag. But again, this is going to be different for everybody. If I streamed with a 6,000 bitrate, but I have a 715 meg upload ceiling, I'm more than likely going to have no problems. Now, there's another thing that's worth understanding, which is that various platforms will have a data ceiling of their own. So for example, if you're streaming to Twitch, Twitch can only receive a maximum of a 6,000 bitrate. So if you were to set your bitrate above 6,000 in OBS, it's not going to contribute to any improved quality for your audience. That is their ingesting maximum. So what you'd be doing is only harming yourself by potentially running into performance issues by trying to exceed that ceiling. So if you're gonna stream to Twitch, the maximum you should ever set your bitrate to in OBS is 6,000. But that doesn't mean just go ahead and put 6,000 in OBS, because like I said, you have to know your internet speed and you have to know where the ceiling is at. If your ceiling is 4 megs and you put it at 6, you're gonna have issues. So now let's return to OBS and actually decide on some settings. In here is a default, and like I said, if let's say for example, you have 10 megs or better upload rate, then you're streaming to Twitch, you might as well set this to 6,000 and then do a test stream and see how it goes. If you run into performance issues, you can start by reducing your bitrate. I would say maybe reduce it by 2,000 at a time. So if you're lagging out at 6, go down to 4 and see how it goes. And you can actually adjust bitrate while you're live. You don't have to go offline. There are other settings in OBS that you would have to go offline in order to change, but bitrate is not one of them. It will update in real time, and you'll start to see an adjustment in performance after a few seconds or so.
With no
Another
BS.
thing to keep in mind is if you're streaming and gaming from a laptop, they just don't have very powerful graphics cards, and sometimes you can only choose software as the encoder, so it's not very powerful, and you may want to actually start off, even if you're a streamer, rate for your internet service at a lower bitrate, like a 1500 or a 2500. Yeah, it doesn't sound great, but performance is more important than quality. An audience can handle watching a lower resolution stream, but they cannot handle watching a stream that lags, buffers, and crashes. All right, so the next thing you want to look at here after deciding on quality, an audience can handle watching, and you may want to actually start off, even if you have a great upload rate for your internet service, at a lower bitrate, like a 1500 or a 2500. Yeah, it doesn't sound great, but performance is more important than quality. An audience can handle watching a lower resolution stream, but they cannot handle watching a stream that lags, buffers, and crashes.
True.
All right, so the next thing you want to look at here after deciding on a bitrate is your preset. And that's basically saying, what does OBS prioritize when making decisions about how to process your data? Is it going to prioritize quality, right? The visual quality, but that may mean that it might sacrifice performance in order to try to give you that quality. I like to actually set performance when I'm live streaming because, like I said, stability to me and an audience is probably going to be a lot more important than quality. Now let's talk about recording.
See, I didn't even know that was an option. Output. Where was that option? Preset. Why does... Okay, interesting. I don't even have that as an option.
We'll go into the recording tab. There's a lot of decisions we can make here. And we're talking about deciding on a bitrate and other settings with recording. Really, ultimately, what we're thinking about are two things: file size of that recording, and then the quality in that recording, right? How sharp, how many pixels, stuff like that. Just how clean and beautiful it looks. Now, one major thing that I highly recommend if you're going to use OBS to record is for recording format to actually use MKV instead of changing this to MP4. Yes, setting it to MP4 is going to make that file immediately usable. You can play it, you can edit it, but if you select MP4 here and then the power goes out or OBS crashes, unfortunately, your recording file is going to be gone. So what if you were streaming, recording for like 4 or 5 hours?
Okay, I'm
and
not
it was really
recording,
important,
so
you're recording a great YouTube
we
video.
can skip this.
Then quality. So if we go to the video tab now, we're going to see the base canvas resolution, which is the size and quality of the preview screen in OBS where you build your scene. And the output scaled resolution is the last little bit that OBS is going to do to your data on the way out in terms of the physical size. So whether it goes out to your stream or it goes into a recording file, that's going to be the physical size of the window. Now, if you want a 1080 file, you need to change this because the default usually in OBS sets to 720. You want 1080 if that's what you're doing, but you have to check to make sure that these match. So they're both 1920 by 1080. Now, I mentioned if you're recording and you're going to use MKV as the file format, which I highly recommend, you're going to have to convert that file to MP4 through OBS or somewhere else, but it's convenient to just do it in OBS. If you go to advanced and you go to this recording area, you can actually check this box that says automatically remux to MP4. So
okay, understood. Thank you, friendo. So I now know that I now know that that's what I know. I know that. Maybe this Omni calculator. Okay. Video resolution 1080p 60 fps. Twitch, YouTube, or other. Okay, let's do that. Huh? How do you know my bitrate? You don't know my bitrate yet. I mean, you don't know my upload yet. Oh, I see. Required up speed. Required. So I got higher than that for sure. Gigabits. Okay, that's not the number we want. bytes per second. Almost home, yo. Cool. Yeah, I've been I think I realized what my issues were, which is good. So I'm just like doing a whole bunch of troubleshooting because I absolutely refuse to be doing this tomorrow morning. If I change this to 1080, I see what the problem is. What was that screenshot that I had? .48 megabits per second. Okay. That's the problem. That is the problem. The problem has been found. The problem. The problem has been found. Located. Yeah. Okay. So, in that case, can I? No. This may be fixed by. Let me quickly check how my YouTube stream looks. See how bad it looks. Omoshiroi. 久しぶりじゃのう。白夜ぼ。しほひんよりちか。Just random anime lines. There's certain lines from animes that are just like burned incinerated into my mind that I just never forget. And I occasionally speak them out of nowhere for no reason. Nobody asked, and I just start spitting anime lines. Okay, turn this off. Get off. Now, let me check my settings. Can you translate them when you do it? I can actually. I mean, but only because I remember the subtitles, right, from when they said it. But that line was when Byakuya Yoriichi, this is Bleach, when Byakuya met Yoriichi for the first time in a long time, and then basically Yoriichi says, "Long time no see, baby Byakuya," and then Byakuya just says her name in a very like drawn out Shin Ho Shin Yoriichi. He's like, "Oh, is that you?" basically, and then that's it. They talk more, but I can't remember the following lines. 久しぶりじゃのう。白夜ぼ。しほひによりちか。Oh, fuck. I need to check my stream on my phone, see how bad it looks. So it might take a few seconds or a few minutes. Maybe. Oh, that is not my stream. That is not my dog. This looks okay. This looks fine. I need to check my stream on my phone, see how bad it looks. It's definitely a bit pixelated. So it might take a few seconds or a few minutes maybe. That is not my stream. Definitely a bit pixelated. but it's looking reasonable. Reasonable. Now, here comes the real test. I'm going to end my stream and not use restream now that I know what the issue was. So I'm not going to use restream. I'm going to change back to Atom. I'm going to change back to Atom. So let's refresh.